Welcome back. Cattle producers can face all kinds of challenges when it comes to protecting the environment. But they all have a common goal: leaving the land better than they found it. Today, we're taking a look at the 2017 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Let's visit the Region 4 award recipients from Texas.
It's not long after sunrise in West Texas, and the Sterling family is working together to move their cows. The Sterling Cattle Company was started by J.M. Sterling in 1954. Today, the operation is led by J.M.'s son Jimmy and his wife Theresa, with help from their 3 daughters and their families.
We're at our home ranch here in Howard County. This is the ranch that I was raised on, and it's been in my family for 63 years. We're cow-calf people. We have an Angus cow base, and we breed many of our cows to Akaushi bulls.
We have recently, 6 years ago, implemented the Akaushi breed. So about 60% of our cow herd, 65%, we put Akaushi, full-blood Akaushi bulls on them. So they have half-blood babies, and we market those back to Heart brand, and they've increased our marbling. In addition to innovating with a new cattle breed, the Sterling family has expanded their operation by adding leased properties to their deeded acres.
Our home ranch is approximately 12,000 acres, and we lease another 200,000 acres from landlords that some of them we have leased from for 35 years. Some of them 20 years, and then some university lands that we've had 10 or 12 years now. And we get along real well with our landlords. I encourage them to come out at least once a year.
Jimmy's quoted to me many times that when he takes over a ranch that he leases, he wants it to turn out to be a better ranch than what he found it. If that means having better fences, better pastures, better livestock water, improve the native grasses that are on the ranch, he strives very hard to make those improvements.
The list of improvements made by the Sterling family is long. They've put up 20 miles of fencing, drilled new wells, and installed solar-powered pumps on 18 water troughs to better manage grazing. We have water development projects that are vital, especially in Andrews County, those big ranches where the water was so few and far between and unpredictable, water that you just couldn't count on. And we were able to add in new lines, put troughs in areas that the cows really just didn't go to because they couldn't water in those areas. It was too far of a walk.
We try to develop the water to spread the grazing out, and if you can add 4 more waters, well, that's just like almost doubling the capacity of that pasture. With limited rainfall, drought is a constant threat in West Texas. So one key to sustaining the grass and the cow herd is the Sterling family's rotational grazing program. Tara closely manages the grazing plan and helps guide the movement of the cattle. All of our ranches, all of our pastures are in a rotation system, and it's not a strict 30-day or 90-day or anything. It's more of an observing rotation system. And with that, by resting the pastures, you grow your good grasses and increase your good grasses. If you do not rotate, your good grasses tend to die out. And we want to promote our good grasses. Perhaps the biggest effort is the removal of invasive prickly pear and mesquite. The Sterlings have transformed more than 25,000 acres of their land, using both aerial spraying and mechanical treatments to control brush. When we got this ranch, it was heavily covered in mesquite. The equip projects, we grub mesquite with an excavator, then rake it and seed behind that. And that's worked pretty well for us. And we've cleared lots of land and grown a lot of grass doing that, increased our weaning weights and capacity, and it's really been a good program for us. When you get rid of the brush, brush is taking up moisture from the property, and then the ultimate goal is to grow more grass for your cattle. And so by cleaning up this brush and killing it out, we grow more grass, and they can have more grass and a higher stocking rate. He doesn't take all the brush off of a pasture. He'll try to leave some brush for cover for his wildlife. So, he's trying to improve his pastures, improve the quality of his beef, but at the same time,
he's getting a secondary impact out of it, which is good, and that's improving wildlife habitat.
We've seen an increase in wildlife. We've cleared areas for the antelope, and they like very open country, and then we've drawn brush strips for the deer, the white-tailed deer here in this area, and increased the forbs for them to graze on.
With a focus on growing a profitable operation for today and tomorrow, the future of the Sterling Cattle Company looks bright. The Sterlings are working together to build a family legacy of outstanding care of the land.
Stewardship is passed on from generation to generation. Our family is close, and we view our responsibilities on the ranch as taking care of God's property. It's just in our care for the moment. And if I don't do the very best I can, who did I let down?
You have to do it for the long term, and being a steward of the land, that is your goal is to improve the land. And by doing that, you're improving your cattle and your total production. And that's our goal, is to improve the cattle and improve the country at the same time.